All right, diving into Santo Daime today. We're going deeper than usual.
Yeah, past the basics.
We've got some excerpts from tedw2.pdf. It's an academic look at the history of Santo Daime, the rituals, and how it spread, really,
From the rainforest.
to the world.
That's the fascinating part.
Yeah.
You know, it blends indigenous traditions with Christian elements.
Right.
And, of course, ayahuasca,
That's the key.
the brew made from Banisteriopsis caapi,
Yeah, the vine.
the vine,
Yeah.
and Psychotria viridis.
The leaf.
Yes.
So before we get to the religion itself, ayahuasca, right? Used for centuries by indigenous Amazonian groups, but not how most people think.
Not recreationally, no.
It's more than that.
Much more. It's a door to the spirit world,
Oh.
a source of healing, knowledge, connection with the unseen.
So like deeper stuff.
Absolutely. It's considered, a teacher plant
Mm.
with its own spirit, guiding those who drink it.
So from solitary shamans, right? In the forest, to organized churches like Santo Daime. How did that happen?
Big question.
Hmm.
It's a fascinating evolution. To understand it, we got to look at the vegetalistas.
Okay.
Healers
Hmm?
in the Western Amazon,
Right.
often from the Caboclo population. They bridge
Like a bridge.
between the indigenous world
Okay.
and modern society.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Not initiated. In the traditional tribal way,
Hmm.
their knowledge comes directly from the plant spirits,
Wow.
particularly ayahuasca.
So more like a direct connection,
Exactly.
not through like a lineage or something.
Right, outside those structures.
Okay.
And there's a pattern
Yeah.
to their stories.
These are
Many start by healing themselves from serious illness.
with ayahuasca.
Yes, using ayahuasca.
Oh, it's like calling.
It's, intense experience
Yeah.
turns into a
Speak
calm
with others.
to help others. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they have this intense diet.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that before. It's like beyond any health magazine.
Way beyond years of restrictions.
Right.
Strict.
Yeah.
To cleanse the body
Wow.
and deepen their connection
To
to the spirits.
the spirits.
It's up there.
Wow. So for both vegetalistas and
Right.
indigenous groups, right?
Mhm.
Ayahuasca isn't just about the body.
No.
Yeah.
It's about accessing the real world,
The real world.
the spirit world, where all knowledge is.
So it's like a different kind of library.
It's like, instead of books, spiritual insights.
Okay.
And this real world, it's populated
Yeah.
by all sorts of beings.
Not just the good ones.
Not just the good ones, no. Tricksters. Entities that need
Appeasement.
appeasement, yes.
Yeah.
Complex ecosystem. Ayahuasca is the key.
The key to it. So we've got all these beliefs, right?
Right.
About the spirit world, the power of ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Where does Santo Daime fit in? The actual religion.
That's where Raimundo Irinocera comes in.
Okay.
Black Brazilian. Roper Tapper. Living in the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Early 1900s.
All right.
His story echoes. The vegetalistas.
Does it?
Profound healing.
Yeah.
With ayahuasca, led him to a new path.
Was he like a shaman too?
In a way, yeah. He did. The intense diet. Isolation.
Wow.
He received teachings
Right.
directly from the queen of the forest.
Mhm.
Powerful entity linked to ayahuasca.
Wow.
Retreating into the rainforest.
Yeah.
Connecting with the spirits.
Yeah.
Transformed.
So did he like start preaching right away?
Not immediately. He joined a spiritual group first.
Okay.
The Círculo de Regeneración Mi Fe.
Okay.
Sort of a proto-game group.
Mm.
But he clashed with their leadership,
Classic.
felt a pull to create something new.
His own thing?
His own vision, yes. He founded it's a mouthful, but
Go ahead.
Centro de Iluminación Cristensis Universal, or CICLU.
CICLU.
Easier.
A little bit, yeah.
His vision, it blended traditional ayahuasca with Christian ethics,
Wow.
fusion, indigenous spirituality,
Yeah.
and church structure.
Not rejecting Christianity.
No, merging two worlds.
That's interesting.
It's about spiritual development,
Yeah.
the struggle between good and evil
Okay.
through the lens of ayahuasca.
Okay.
And this new religion emphasized community,
How so?
cooperative work,
Yeah.
shared living, mutirão, they called it.
Mutirão.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his followers, his vision. What happens when a founder dies?
Always a challenge. Santo Daime wasn't immune. After Mestre Ireneo's death, 1971,
Okay.
movement fragmented, leaders emerged,
Yeah.
but the most prominent, Sebastián Mota de Mello, Padrinho Sebastián.
He took over, basically.
In a way, yes, he stayed true to Mestre Ireneo, but he also innovated, expanded its reach.
How so?
We had a background in Kardec Spiritism. It's
Okay.
a spiritual movement based on Allan Kardec.
Okay.
Think blend of spiritualism and philosophy.
Okay, so he brought that in to Santo Daime.
He did. One of his most controversial moves,
Oh.
introducing cannabis to the rituals.
Wow.
Another teacher plant, he saw it as, attributed its power to the Virgin Mary.
Wow, adding another psychoactive element.
It was bold. Even some Daimistas questioned it.
Yeah, I can see that.
And around this time, Santo Daime started attracting outsiders,
Really?
travelers, seekers,
Huh.
many from the counterculture.
So from a small religion
Right.
to something bigger.
Spreading.
Did this lead to the churches in, like, Rio?
It did. New challenges, though. Adapting.
Yeah.
A rainforest religion to the city,
Big change.
maintaining their principles in a different environment.
Okay, so from the rainforest to the city, but what about the ceremonies, the ayahuasca rituals? What happens?
Not just drinking and seeing what happens, no. The rituals. Works, they call them. Incredibly structured.
Okay.
Strict rules, rituals, to guide the experience, not psychedelic free-for-alls.
So they've got a framework
They do, to make it safe.
and meaningful.
All kinds of rituals.
Well, they have hymnaries, like spiritual concerts, fueled by ayahuasca,
Okay.
specific clothing, singing hymns, revealed to Mr. Ireneo and Padrino Sebastian, and drinking Dame
Communally.
communally, yes. So it's not just like quiet contemplation.
There's music, communal energy.
Yeah.
Then there's concentrations, silent meditation,
Yeah.
and masses for the dead.
Yeah.
And healing works.
Okay.
Experienced healers use their connection to the spirits to help others.
So a whole range of rituals.
Whole spectrum. Yeah.
But before we go deeper into those, the dim itself, the brew, is it like a simple recipe?
Oh, much more. The faidio, the preparation, intricate, steeped in tradition, harvesting, preparing in a specific way, brewing for hours,
Sounds intense.
strict rules.
Taboo.
So it's like its own ceremony.
It is. Honoring the plants, the spirits.
Wow.
And imagine those urban limistas maintaining this tradition in the city.
Got to create some tension, right?
It does. And that's where we see how Santo Daime is evolving.
I'm intrigued. Let's dive into those tensions next time.
Absolutely. There's so much more to this fascinating religion.
Okay, back again.
Yeah.
So Santo Daime is evolving, right? Moving
Yeah.
beyond the Amazon. You mentioned some tension between the traditional ways and the city. Yeah. Think about the forest itself.
Okay.
For Amazonian Damistas, it's not just about the ingredients. For the Dame, it's everything.
I see.
It's food, medicine. It's deeply connected to their beliefs.
Spiritually.
Yes. But in the city, that's tougher.
To maintain, yeah.
Becomes more symbolic,
Okay.
Urban Daimistas, they might visit the forest for retreats or pilgrimages, but their daily life is far from it.
Yeah. Total opposite.
So the forest, it's more of an idea then of
Yeah.
nature, spiritual connection, not so much the real thing.
Interesting. How the same thing can mean different things.
Right. And that difference, it shows up in other ways too, like the vegetalista diet,
Okay.
all those restrictions.
Yeah. Years of them.
Intense,
Like
right?
virtual boot camp or something.
But there are variations with urban Daimistas.
Right.
The core restrictions, still there.
Yeah.
But there's a blending
With what?
with like modern health trends, vegetarianism, veganism, all that. Organic food, stuff you'd see anywhere.
So they're adapting?
Taking the principles and fitting them to modern life.
Makes sense.
And healing, too. We talked about how ayahuasca was used for healing traditionally.
Right. All sorts of things. So does that fit with, modern medicine?
Most urban Daimistas, they see it as complementary,
Okay.
not about ditching doctors. It's a different layer
Yeah.
of healing,
Like what?
spiritual, energetic.
So you might use both conventional medicine
Yeah,
and Dame.
yeah, for different things. Treating the whole person, right? Body and spirit. Speaking of different things, we talked about Padrino Sebastian and the cannabis.
Oh, right. That was a big change. What about tobacco? I know it's used in a lot of ceremonies.
Traditionally, yeah.
Yeah.
But urban Daimistas, they generally discourage it during rituals.
Interesting.
It reflects, I think, how views on smoking have changed.
Culturally.
Yeah. Even though it's traditional, they adapt based on what we know now.
Makes sense.
Shows how Santo Daime is. Rooted in tradition, but also evolving to meet people's needs.
It's like all religions, probably. They have to
Yeah.
change or
Stay relevant, yeah. One way to understand this is collective shamanism.
Okay, that sounds interesting. What does that mean exactly?
Think about the vegetalistas,
Yeah.
the individual healers, right? Getting knowledge from plants.
Yeah.
In Santo Daime, that role, it's shared by the community.
And not just one person leading.
Exactly. More
Yeah.
distributed. And this idea of collective shamanism, it's tied to what researchers call soft practices and controlled use.
Okay, break those down for me.
Soft practices, it means they're using these powerful plants,
Yeah.
but in a controlled way,
All right.
ritualized.
Right.
The focus is on spiritual growth, exploration, not just
Hmm.
the psychedelic experience.
Okay.
And controlled use means the structure around the rituals, the rules, the setting, the support.
To make it safer.
Yes, to minimize harm, maximize the spiritual benefit.
So they took something that could be chaotic.
Yeah.
And made it more structured.
Precisely. And that's key to why Santo Daime is resonating with people, especially in cities where things feel
Think it.
chaotic, disconnected.
People looking for meaning.
Yes, connection to something bigger. And they find it in this tradition, ancient,
Yeah.
but adaptable from the rainforest, but now in the city.
We're back one last time for our Santo Daime deep dive. You know, it's really different. Hearing you talk about it makes it so much more
Real.
Yeah, real than just reading.
It is a fascination tradition.
Yeah.
And to see it
Growing.
growing, exactly, from the Amazon to, well, everywhere.
It shows you how we're all searching.
For meaning.
Yeah. Connection to something bigger.
It's a human thing.
It is. And it's not always easy. Like Mr. Erno.
The founder, yeah.
He didn't just find an answer.
We went through
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Those experiences with ayahuasca shaped everything.
And it didn't stop there. Padrino Sebastião.
Marie, he brought his own ideas. The cannabis, for example, really changed.
Oh, Santo Daime was.
Push the boundaries. It's like that
That's
with
so-
spiritual traditions. They can't just stay the same,
Got to adapt.
or they become
It
irrelevant.
makes you think about all the different ways people experience Santo Daime.
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about the Amazonian Daimistas, their connection to the forest, and then the urban followers, blending it all with city life.
Two different worlds.
But even within those groups, there's got to be so much.
Individuality.
Yeah.
Of course. That's where collective shamanism gets interesting. It's
Well.
not just the whole community.
Yeah.
It's each person finding their own
Path.
path, yeah, within the rituals.
So not the same experience for everyone.
Right. It's about your own encounter
With the divine.
with the divine, exactly,
Yeah.
guided by the plants, the spirits, the group support,
And that's why the soft practices matter.
and the controlled use. It's about safety, especially for people who are new.
But all this
Yeah. They need guidelines.
to navigate it.
Powerful experiences
Yeah.
can be overwhelming.
So they found a balance, honoring tradition, but also recognizing the need for structure.
Absolutely. Can't forget the practical side, too.
Mm.
Santo Daime isn't just looking inward. It's about living a good life,
Right. Being good to others.
compassion,
Yeah.
community. Those ethics are
It's like they're saying, go ahead, have these profound experiences, connect with the spirit world, but then bring it back to your life.
make things better.
Exactly. And you see it in their view of healing.
It's not about rejecting medicine. It's about recognizing different levels.
Of healing.
Body, mind, spirit, it all matters.
Taking responsibility
Yeah.
for your well-being.
Okay.
So, as we wrap this up, what's one thing you want our listeners to take away?
I'd say don't be afraid to explore different perspectives,
Mm-hmm.
even if they seem strange. Santo Daime shows us wisdom can be found
Yeah.
anywhere. And sometimes the biggest journeys start with just one step.
Outside your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Well said. Thanks.